Good morning, everyone. It is Brenda Sanchez, and I am the co-owner of Life's Real Currency. My husband and I are authors and speakers, and we have a best-selling book called Life's Real Currency. I am also an Air Force veteran, and we are coming to you this morning with my Military Mondays. Good morning, Ernesto. So glad to have you on. You're always here. Thanks for being here every Monday morning with us. So what I would love for you to do is to put, whether you're watching via live, put a 1, and if you're watching replay, put a 2. And I want to know your military service or your connection to the military. We love to honor our veterans and those that are currently serving. So please, I want to know where you're watching from, what connection you have to the military. If you've served, where your favorite assignment was maybe so far in the service. So, and then if you get value out of this, please share it with your network. So today I have the honor of having David Halaseh. Did I say that right?
Yep, close enough.
Cool. With me today, he is the owner of Comprehensive Maintenance Solutions. And as you can see, he's in uniform, so he is still serving. He is a reservist and created a business a few years ago, and I'll let him tell you about that and a little bit about himself. So David, what made you decide to go the route of military? How long have you been in? What do you do currently in the service? And we'll start there.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure why I joined. I went to college for a little bit, and I wasn't disciplined enough to do classes, and I just wasn't grown up or mature enough to do that. So I thought the Air Force would be fun and joined the Air Force a year after high school. And originally I joined active duty, so I did 4 years at McGuire Air Force Base, and now I'm a reservist here at Peterson.
So what made you decide, because I'm a reservist, those of you who know a little bit about me, I served 4.5 years of active duty, and the rest was all reserves of my 27. So I know why I chose the reserves, but you got off of active duty. Why go and do reserves?
Yeah, so I actually Palace chased. So I had a 6-year commitment. I Palace chased at 4. I originally wanted to go to school and commission. And while going to school, I sat there and thought, I'm going to be going to school and I'll get out with some skills that I can go and take to an employer, which is great. But I also wanted something else that I wanted to just try to build and put together myself. So I decided to start my own business, and the whole commissioning part never happened.
So why still reserves? Why are you still doing reserves? What is the benefit? Because there are many people watching that are civilians that have no clue about the military, or there are a lot of active duty watching right now, or maybe watching the replay, and they really don't know the benefits of the reserves. Right. Many get out and are like, I'm done, I'm done, I'm not going back. Why reserves?
So I chose to go into the reserves because, 1, the benefits are great. 2, I still get to serve. So I do enjoy being a part of the Air Force still. I miss active duty sometimes. I'm glad I am in the reserves and able to do my own thing. But the benefits are huge. Healthcare is one of the main reasons. And then just being connected, still being connected to a group that you can network with and that you could just have common interests and want to serve together.
Right. Yeah, the benefits as a reservist are amazing. That was one of the reasons why I love the reserves. But for me, the reserves was very flexible. So I could do other things at the time. I could be a wife and a mom and do the things that I really wanted to do and I had a desire to do, but still serve my country. Kind of, for those that are in management, or in the leadership roles in the military, sorry to say this, but I had control of my life a little bit more in the reserves than I did on active duty. And that's what drew me to the reserves. So,
definitely.
In the reserves now, what is your career in the reserves, and how has what you've learned in the service, either skill set wise or mindset wise, what have you learned that helps you in business today?
Definitely. So I started off in CE, so HVAC is what I did in the Air Force, and that's actually what I do now as a civilian, and that's what I started my business on. Right now I'm the shop lead in the HVAC shop at the 302nd Reserve. So
I learned management, I learned leadership doing that on deployments. I would be put in a leadership role, and that just helped me grow in my business side as well. Another thing that I learned was just resiliency, being able to keep going even though business isn't easy. It's not something easy. It's not what it's made out to be. But being in the reserves and that just mentality from using the Air Force as a stepping stone and just something to grow on really helped.
Awesome. So I know because I'm actually in a BNI with David, so we network together in our businesses. And I know that you just went through back surgery. You've been having a lot of medical problems. And so talk a little bit about that and how you're feeling more comfortable that no matter what happens in the reserves or in the service, that you have a backup plan.
Yeah, so I hurt my back when I was deployed this last time. I originally hurt it on active duty. I re-hurt it when I was on this last deployment, and this one has just been worse than any other injury I've been through. So I herniated a disc and I actually got surgery for it, and the recovery has just been really slow and not as, it wasn't what I expected. So if I would have came back from my deployment and had a job to go back to, my employer is not going to keep me around to just sit in the shop or whatever the case is. So having the business to fall back on, I still had my 2 guys that work with me, and they were able to keep working, and I was able to draw a little bit of income from that instead of just being out of luck.
Right. So for those of you who are currently serving and maybe are worried about being riffed or all the cutbacks, or thinking, is this really what I want to do for a career, for a lifetime? You might be at that 8 or 10 year mark and you're thinking, you know, I'm almost halfway there. What do I do? Well, one, the reserves is a great option to finish out your career to still have a retirement. And 2, start looking at plan Bs like David did, like I did. And put something in place, whether it be a traditional business, a network marketing business, which is what I do. I also am a coach and a consultant, or a franchise. There are so many options out there to have on the side of what you're doing, and they don't have to be full-time to begin with. I'm sure that when you started your company, you weren't full-time hours. It was kind of on the side, just filling in a little bit of extra income, and now you're very blessed that you had that, especially with everything going on. Awesome. Well, if you are in the Colorado Springs area and need heating or air conditioning, ours is actually out. That is one of the reasons why David is here. We've been without a furnace for about 3 weeks now, but our portable heaters have been working fine. So he's going to come and do some measurements. And so if you need some heating or air conditioning needs, please let us know. Put a comment below. Reach out to David. I already tagged his business in the comments, but I'm sure he can put his contact information out there so that you can reach out to him. And if you are in pain like David is, let me know, because I'm trying to help David with his pain level too. So I have some friends that have I have resources of people and products that might be able to help him, and I'm trying to hook him up to those people. So anyways, that's what we have for you today. If you've gotten value out of this, please share it with your network. Please let us know if you were watching live or replay. And again, remember to put what branch of the service you've served in or are serving in, or what your connection to the military is, because we want to build those relationships and get to know you, because people are watching all over the world right now. So with that, I will see you next Monday on Military Mondays. Bye, everyone.